Hey guys. Hey guys. So backwards. Hey, how's it going? Mr. Junkie. How's it going? Well, thanks to let me find the guy's name. So he where is he now? DLE. I was sitting on like 9 point something subs for some time, and then probably was gonna get 10,000 next month or something. But thanks to DLE, there we go. That's his name. DLE WIP. Great guy. He shouted me out on one of his videos, and kind of like helped me get to 10k. So you know, we're celebrating early, and I promise, by the way guys, I am working on new videos, so stay tuned for those things as well. Let me just log into my account, and if you guys can hear me properly, just let me know. If you can't hear me properly, just let me know. There should be background music as well. If you can't hear that either, that's a problem as well. Just let me know if everything sounds okay, because I don't know if it does. So I'm gonna be doing some random practice as well. Thanks guys, appreciate it. So thanks Josh. Yeah, the family is doing really well. That's what that's what's getting me. That's why I'm so busy all the time. But it's fun. It's good. I love it. So yeah, but it's a lot of work. My wife started working again recently. She got a job, so now I'm spending much more time fathering than I was before. So, but it's fun. It's good. Anyway, so in this stream, yes, thanks for the 10k everybody. In this stream, I thought I would just, do some random practice, like just get the pen moving and stuff, because like I was already sitting down drawing, and I was like, let me do what I was gonna do already here. So I'm gonna start with some warm-ups first, and then we'll go from there. I think one thing I want to work on a little bit is like a bit more clothing stuff. Like I practice clothing a lot, and it's something I'm trying to improve. And then like hands as well. Like hands are really difficult. But I'm like, I can draw hands, but like there's certain poses that I find a bit difficult, so I might try those as well. But for now, we'll start with warm-up. So I'm just gonna do some random shapes and see where that goes. Again, let me know if you can't hear things properly. You should be able to hear my voice, and possibly some music in the background. And yeah, I can take questions, and I call it. Let me call it celebration and Q&A. That's what I gotta call this. I gotta call this a celebration and Q&A. So people get the idea. Let me change studio mode settings. Oh, can I change the name of the stream? I wonder if I can do that while it's streaming. Right? I can do that while it's streaming, right? Did that change? It did. Awesome. Cool. So I'll start by doing some like what I would have normally done already, which is sit down and just get the pen moving, I guess. And let me know how you guys are doing. These are my warm-ups.
The story of conservation is the story of waste and how it can be prevented. From a puff of smoke, throughout our land, the once beautiful forests, such as this, have become scenes of desolation. The timber is gone, and so is the wild game which once was sheltered beneath its shade. Poisonous waste is poured into our rivers, killing the fish and menacing the health of all of us. Rivers have been so polluted by the refuse from our towns and factories that they are often a menace to health. Serve the greatest good for the greatest number of people for the longest time.
And again, shout out Dear Lee. I really appreciate the mention. Really helped me. Okay, is extrusion bound to be less technically accurate? I found that my forms are slightly different than when subtracting from a box. Interesting question. I don't think so. I don't expect, because essentially extrusion is just fitting whatever you're doing inside a box. So like say you have this shape, you, regardless of how you do it, right? So if I use a box to help me, to aid me do it like this, right? Or whether I just, so in this case it would be use the box to help me measure out the thing, and then I'm drawing a box like this, so I end up doing the same lines, right? Whether I use this or just go straight in like this, I don't think it should make a difference unless I'm not understanding your question correctly. Maybe if I don't understand, if I am not answering that properly, then let me know. But regardless of whether you use a box, when subtracting from a box, interesting. So if then when subtracting from a box, so you mean like in this case subtracting this this shape from a box? So like in this case that would be you would be subtracting this shape like this, and you're saying it's different? No, I don't think it should be different. There should be no difference. To my understanding, at least, there should be no difference. Yeah, what he said. Yeah, if it helps you to think of extrusion as subtraction from some large form, then just do that. Yeah, totally agree. Like whatever works to get you to understand what you're trying to draw, use that method. Like keep warming up. Let's see. More warming up. Okay, let's go. This online. Quite silent today. Maybe because it's a Monday. Monday is a slow day. Did anybody go to work today? I'm sure you guys had work today.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
Oh, you...
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Every day, once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it, don't wait for it, just let it happen. It could be a new shirt at the men's store, a cat nap in your office chair, or 2 cups of good, hot, black coffee. Like this. Just like Christmas. Nothing like a great cup of black coffee.
All right, cool. I'll let the people know. I'll let the people know. All right. I don't even know what I'm drawing here, by the way. What is the front of this thing? Is this the front or is that? Is this the front or is that the front? I don't know. I just drew a random thing and put wheels on it, so don't blame me if it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Hey, thanks, Gene Bond. Hey, thanks, Otho. I appreciate it. What art books are best for learning form and shape, or just ones you have really liked? I'll be honest with you, when it comes to form and shape stuff, like I didn't read a book for that. Everybody says Scott Robertson, but like that book is that book's crazy difficult. So I don't know what to recommend. I'd love to have a recommendation for that. I really would. But unfortunately, I don't know. I can only think of, I guess the best would be Scott Robinson, but like again, I haven't read it, so I can't say for sure how it would be, I can't say what it would be like, but I've heard good things about it. Well, like, thanks, Snap. Appreciate it. Let me change my thumbnail on Instagram. I think that might be a better thumbnail. I like this thumbnail better. If it's even... Do you think people overthink perspective when trying to learn it? That's a good question, because in some sense there are some rules that you need to stick to. So like if you're not following those rules, you might feel like you're overthinking it because you're really trying to make sure you follow those rules. But after a while, I think it should be more intuitive. Like I try not to overthink it. There's just two rules I follow. Okay, the two rules I follow are: make sure that if two things are parallel, that they are that their lines, if two lines are parallel, that they meet at the same point. And I also try to make sure that that I'm obeying the eye level. So I'm always thinking about where the horizon line is. So like, for example, you can see in this drawing, the eye level is somewhere above here. We're almost getting to there right at this point. It's probably around here because it's starting to get flat. And I'm just making sure that every line I do will always end up on the horizon line somewhere. Even if they're not parallel, I'm just making sure, kind of eyeballing it, making sure, will they eventually touch the horizon line? And for the most part, I think some of these may look a bit weird, but for the most part, they should all be touching the horizon line, no matter what. And those are the two rules that I follow. Really, I try not to overthink it too much. But yeah. Oh yes, I was supposed to be drawing random shapes. I'm still warming up, guys. Still warming up. I'm not planning on drawing anything crazy today, but I just wanna. I might do some clothing stuff because clothing has been whooping my ass recently. Okay, subscriber celebration stream. There we go. Join along. There we go. There we go. That. Link. There we go. Do any of you own Kim Jong-ji plus in the description book? I have been looking for a good book to master study and study pen and ink. Yes, I have. I own two of Kim Jong-ji's study illustration books, and I have one of Katsuya Terada's one. Excellent work, absolutely, really inspiring. We've got the 2022 collection, so this one, and I have let's see, this one 2013. This one I use the most. I look at this one the most for inspiration. Then I've got the Katsuya Terada. Let's see, where is it? What's it? Real size. This is a really good book for. I mean, if you really want to learn learn from Katsuya Terada in terms of the thinking style, like, man, this is a perfect one for that. Like, you can get some really good close-ups, and you can actually just spend time like trying to copy how he does these. Might be a good idea. So yeah, give that a try if you're really feeling like it. I like Kim Jong-ji's approach, but Katsuya Torada's style of rendering and I appreciate you showing the stuff. Oh, thank you very much, Jeffrey. Yeah, no problem, no problem. So drawing random vehicles is actually a really good way to practice perspective, because you can kind of just you get to practice everything at once: perspective, ellipses, and like boxes all at the same time, kind of. So I like to do that quite a lot. Just put a box in front of it like that. Let's see. Zeph, would you ever do a collab stream with artists? Of course I would. Yeah, I would. I wouldn't mind doing one with. I'm gonna do a collab stream with Gene Bond at some point. If you're there, Gene, I messaged you today actually about that. So check your DMs. And then there was Broken Draws would be a cool guy to collab with as well, or Athoro, anyone like that. Yeah, it would be cool. Why not? Why not? I don't know about that. But, hi, I would like to stay, but someone got under my skin and I'm really angry for some reason. I usually don't get angry, so I'm gonna leave. So, congrats on 10k, you deserve a lot more. Oh, thank you very much, Adam. I hope you resolve whatever that is there. I hope you resolve it. I hope it gets resolved. And yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Did you watch Liverpool versus Man City? Guess what? Okay, I know I have a British accent, so you know there's this. I can imagine it's quite disappointing that I'm not that interested in football. I don't watch football, unfortunately, so that's something I miss out on when it comes to the British experience, unfortunately. But yeah, maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe in the future. But I support Arsenal though, so if I hear that Arsenal won something, I'm happy, you know, even though I don't pay attention to football. Theo other Duma. I don't know how to pronounce. Theo other Duma. Are you British? British or were you just a fan, a lover of football, of the beautiful game? Would you say studying mechanical designs help improve one at intuitive perspective? Yes, I would say so. I would say yes, because here's the thing, right? So like if you are drawing mechanical forms, because they have a lot of straight lines and curves, predictable curves. It's geometric, right? You know, they're geometric shapes. They force you to be accurate when it comes to like perspective, when you actually sit down to draw, when you want to actually depict it on paper. It forces you to be accurate with your perspective, and at the same time you're actually learning like a cool thing, like you're learning how to draw like mechanical parts, which is actually really cool. Yeah, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1 benefit, you know. British Nigerian, nice. So am I. I'm also British Nigerian. I was born in Nigeria. I came here 20 something years ago. So I'm also British Nigerian. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Zeph, it's been a good while. Smooth music. Thank you very much. I just searched royalty free music, but I guess Spotify knows what I like, because a lot of my music sounds like this anyway. So as long as it's royalty free, I'm happy. I do not want to get into trouble. I wonder what I should draw here. because I did realize mechanical designs are very structural and kind of help with accurate planes and perspective for other things. Yes, true. So a few years ago, I wanted to practice just mechanical parts in general. Like I wasn't really for perspective or anything, but I wanted to practice my mechanical, just to have more in my mind for when I wanted to design robots and stuff. And I found it really difficult. Like, and as I kept practicing it, I found myself getting better, and it also improved my like sense of like space. Like some of these more intricate things, like this, for example. Well, I wouldn't say super intricate, but I would have struggled to do this maybe a few years ago because it's like there's a lot to not make a mistake on, you know. Things like this, maybe you got to think about the ellipse, then the perspective of this at the same time. You can't really get anything wrong. If you get anything wrong, it looks strange. So that's that. Yeah, doing stuff like this has really helped, basically. So yeah, I'll do another page of just like, let's see. Let's see. We'll do. I think my fundamentals have got better, but then a few weeks ago, because it's way easier to draw boxes. Cylinders, however, are still a bit of a challenge. Oh, I see. Good. Well, the thing with cylinders is like if you know how to draw boxes, you can draw cylinders because you can use the box to help you. You know, so like let's say I'm drawing this car, right? I'm going to draw like a say I draw this, right? If I want to put wheels on it, I can just kind of like piggyback off of this, draw a box in there like this. and you can use that to draw the wheels. So like, you know. Casually drawing cars still amazes me to this day. Oh yeah, Thank you. Still, I guess that's what you get with practice fundamentals. Yeah, I practice fundamentals a lot because it's fun. I actually find it fun practicing fundamentals. That's something I'm just gonna make I'm gonna make a video soon about something similar to that actually. Hey, how do you get the clean line when drawing a complex form from various angles? When you want to get clean lines are about certainty. So to get clean lines, you need to know what you're drawing. Okay, so the reason my lines are clean when I'm drawing something like this, for example, let's see, I wouldn't say they're super clean, but the reason that my lines look not too messy, it's a bit sketchy, but is because not clean in this is because I know what I'm drawing. So before I drew this, I had a general idea of what I was drawing. I knew what I was going to draw, so that when I'm actually drawing, I'm not like just guessing. And practicing in pen helps me do that. Now, I don't think everybody should practice in pen. I don't think it's necessary to always practice in pen, but practicing in pen is one way to just develop confidence, so that when you put lines down, you know that they're going to be like good. You know, they're going to be what you want it to, right? It takes a long time to get to a point where you can think of something and it comes out the way you want it. But drawing in pen can really help accelerate that progress. So I recommend that if you want to get better with have cleaner lines. Yeah, again, it's all about certainty. It's all about certainty, knowing what you're actually trying to draw. Have I had art block before? Yeah. I mean, I get it all the time. I used to get it all the time, but these days, and it's the reason I got art block is because I didn't really know what I wanted to draw. But now it's like, I have these themes in my head that I want to get good at drawing. Things that I like to draw, and I just like now that I know what that is, I just kind of just do that. You know, I do that to prevent myself from getting art block. So like, one thing I like drawing, I think I spoke about this before when I was streamers, I like drawing police related stuff. So if I don't know what to draw, then I'll just look up, like I'll just start like practicing anything in that, like within that domain. So like, again, recently I've been drawing these police hats, right? They look so cool, and that's what I practice when I don't know what I want to draw. I'll have like a theme in mind, that something that I often go to, and I'll just go back to drawing that. So someone asked Broken Draw on his, should one do more memory drawing of use reference? More like 60 to 40%. Oh, I think sorry for the typos. Yeah, I say about 50-50. Like, I spend just as much time as I spend drawing from memory, drawing from reference. So you should just kind of just do both. Like, you should be doing both. Yeah, you should be doing both. Are you... Sorry for the typos. Oh, sorry, there you go. I read that already. Are you going to do a sketchbook tour in a video or a live at some point? I don't keep sketchbooks. And the sketchbooks I do keep are not something that I would show people. So, sorry. I don't draw in sketchbooks often. And the ones I do keep, which don't really have anything useful, useful to... It's not things I want to show, basically. Because they're personal. But apart from that, most of my sketches are on loose paper. So like, literally, it's just loose paper all over the place. That's pretty much where most of my drawing gets done, on loose paper. Yeah. I don't keep sketches that much. So there is one that I'm kind of drawing in, but like, it's not really. I wouldn't even look at it as a serious thing. Like, yeah, I just go in there to just throw down random lines when I feel like it, you know. And there are things in there that are personal, so I'm not really sure that. I'm gonna remind myself of something now, because I want to draw like a go-kart looking thing again. But oh, not that one. Like, there are these YouTubers who they do these self-build cars. It's so cool, man. Like, they end up looking real cool. So I want to try and draw something like that. If only I could find it. Okay, clearly I can't find it. First time here, congrats on the 10K. Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thinking. I just realized this guy's head is too small for his body, in my opinion at least. So I don't really like this drawing anymore. Let's go. Slightly wrong, I think. Can you show how to correctly draw overlapping folds and drape? Like, how do you approach them? I think about. So I think about. Let's start with a tube, right? So that's like. All right. Let's start with this shape, and you can like imagine what happens when man, I hate looking at this so much because it's wrong. You can imagine what happens when something like this happens, right? Doesn't have to be in like a perfect swirly pattern, because clothing is random, right? Might go like that, right? And your job is to show that in the way you draw the thing, right? So like, for example, you can see right here we have it swinging like around this side. You might show that, and all you need to do really is imagine is show the outline correctly. So like, I wouldn't worry myself about every single detail, but if you can show in just the outline, in the silhouette of the thing, and then just this bit inside it. So like, I do this thing where I show a little bit of what's happening without showing the whole thing. So like that, for example, shows some information, and then I might add more information later on, like this, for example. But I show a little bit of show the silhouette and then a little bit of overlap, and then I might, depending on how I feel, so in this case I'll go and show all of it, right? And then in this case I might just leave that alone and not do anything, and then maybe catch it up towards the end. I might show that bit, and then maybe for this one I'll show everything. And it's all based on what you're trying to show the clothing to be. So for example, with this, clearly I'm showing that like there's quite a harsh squeeze happening here. Well, over here not so much. So it just depends what you're trying to show. Okay, so that's the first thing, is just knowing how to do this. Like this is a skill that you need to be able to do.
It's some technique. Must be. But why did he rush it too large?
And then you can apply it to things like this, because that's what's happening, whether big or small. So you know, in the case of clothes, they're not this small, they're usually much bigger, but you can apply this concept to drawing them. How would I shade folds? How would I shade folds? Well, that's a question of, that's a completely different, that's a whole study in itself. How do you shade in general? But I guess what I would say is, for now, what I would say is look for where the light is hitting. So for example, in this, let's say the light is from here. It's not, there is no way to shade folds, it's just the way to shade everything. The way you shade everything is the same. Whether it's folds or not, or anything else, it's the same thing. I'll just show you here, right? So like, let's say the light is coming from above here, from above, right? You might show, what we have here is essentially the light hitting it on top, so that means that this is going to be in shadow and the rest is not, right? So forget about the folds for now, just think about what's happening to the actual thing you're drawing, and then you can begin to show a little bit more of that information, of the fold information, while you're actually shading. So here, for example, here, this top bit of this crease is going to be in the light, but this bottom bit is not going to be in the light, right? Same goes for this bit. That's going to be in the light, but that's not, right? And then behind him, the light is going to be behind him, but not, yeah. So this would be shaded in, right? Then we have all this will be shaded. 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 And so on and so forth. Alright? Oh, no, you're not asking too many questions. Totally fine. And then, of course, if the light is hitting from here, that means pretty much most of this bit is going to be occluded from the light, so this is going to be dark as well. See? So the question of how you shade folds is not really, it's the same question as how do you shade in general, right? But shading is something I'll get to in my channel at some point. It's not something I've spoken about yet. I'll explain all that stuff at some point when I can be bothered to not scribble like this. Oh no, there isn't a different approach to shading folds. No, it's pretty much the same approach, because folds are just, they're forms, right? They're just forms like anything else. So they should be treated that way. So let's think about this one, right? So let's say the light is coming from here. What would happen, right? So you have this going on, right? And then because it's a circle, you might have this going on. And you have this. And you might show this. And you might have this going on. And then this again. And that's how that would look. What I really should have done is gone light over here. If I had gone if I went light with my pen here, I would be able to show it a bit better. But you know, too late now. How do you creatively manipulate / cut a bevel shapes? Because for me, it always seems boring when I do it. Definitely look at like mechanical parts, like to get an idea for how to do that. So the more reference you take from like robots, or I like engines. So I love engines. So I'll look at like stuff from engines. And that really helps me get an idea of what to draw. So I recommend like just look around at like references. The problem is like a lot of us are in our head about things, like you know, a lot of us, we obviously my videos are about drawing from imagination. So I've essentially a lot of you I know like to draw from imagination, and that is a good thing. But the mistake with us, a lot of us guys, is we tend to neglect. We'll often neglect looking at reference, and that just really I can't stress how important it is to look outside of yourself for inspiration. Another thing I would say for creatively cutting shapes is like I would say it's like try to use a mixture of things. So like you can use curves as well as just like straight lines. So when you do something like this, that can be a bit more interesting than just a box or whatever, because you've got, you know, some curves in there. So like, or like this curve, straight, you know, just mixing it up, like having curves as well as ordinary straight lines as well. Like shading veins, you try to capture the silhouette without directly placing the lines to show the direction. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Yeah. What do you mean cross-hatching is showing your direction? Yeah, I'm struggling to read what you're saying. I'm not sure what you mean by the question you asked about cross-hatching. Could you ask it again, so I can get an idea of what you mean?
all night, knowing what you want to say, but can't find the words to express yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is what this one's gonna be about. You know it sucks when you can't write from your heart. When you're up until 3 a.m. looking for words in the dark, grabbing your head, drinking instead of hustling for that bread. This need to escape, playing a game of chance like roulette. Live with no regrets, give it your best instead of pleasing people. I started writing cause I just wanted to breathe a little. Give me my space, create a place to be myself. Take me away, I live and learn because knowledge is wealth. Picking up pennies, experience I've gained from the city. Yo, that's enough to spread some love and help the people with me. Do what you want, don't never let nobody tell you different. This is your life and nobody can tell you how to live it. I give it 100% and nothing less. Develop your talents, cause that's how I cope with the stress. The rest will follow suit. All that's gotta be done is be you. All you have to do is be you. Lost in thought, got my mind rushing. Pacing back and forth, just trying to create something. Wish that I could pick this pen up and draw this picture and become the person I see when I look in the mirror. Lost in thought, got my mind rushing. Pacing back and forth, just trying to create something. Wish that I could pick this pen up and draw this picture and become the person I see when I look in the mirror. The more that I write, it's like I find out more about me. The more that I see, embracing every soul that I meet. From Colombia to Vegas, I love the places I've been. Search for inspiration, you know I just look within. Spending these minutes, testing my limits, constructing sentences. Passing emotion, that's how you feel what my lyrics is. Different perspectives is all that I really search for. When opportunity shows itself, I walk through that open door. Embrace the change, always learn from mistakes. Open your heart to love, that's when potential awakes. In space, I'm daydreaming, levitate through the ceiling. Clearing my mind so I can kick freestyles in the evening. Relieving stress that I gain throughout the day. Never lose motivation or focus on getting paid. Cause money ain't everything, just shit that keep us aligned. Learn to love what's important, I guarantee you'll be fine. Lost in thought, got my mind rushing. Pacing back and forth, just trying to create something. Wish that I could pick this pen up and draw this picture and become the person I see when I look in the mirror. Lost in thought, got my mind rushing. Pacing back and forth, just trying to
I realized a thing you do is draw silhouettes of objects before adding anything else. Exactly, that's a great observation. That is completely and utterly correct. Yeah, that's very correct. That's exactly what I do. Because yeah, I learned that from Kim Jong-ji. I saw him do that, and I realized that when you draw the silhouette or something, you can kind of like find the rest of the drawing inside it. You know. So that's one thing I like to practice doing. Yeah. What books do you recommend for learning formula manipulation? Again, somebody asked me this today already, and I didn't have a good answer because I don't actually know any books for it, and I didn't learn it that way. I just kind of practiced it by doing a lot of drawing from life and just practicing the thing, right? Like once you know what you're trying to practice, then you just keep practicing it, you know. Like formula manipulation is quite simple. It's more, but the hard bit is doing the work that you need to do, that's the hard bit, you know. Oh boy. if If you could tell younger you one bad habit to not do with the drawing, what would it be? Interesting. One bad habit. Rushing. It has to be rushing. I think rushing was something that really messed me up for a long time. So I would tell myself to stop rushing, because man, rushing really ruins everything. Like, you need to be able to think when you're drawing. And one thing I didn't let myself do was think. So I think it would be just not rushing. Giving myself giving myself time to think about things, you know. Yeah, definitely. You need to slow down when you're drawing, man. Like, drawing fast is like, well, there are schools of thought that like say you should draw quickly and like kind of figure out what's trying to bring out what's in your mind quickly. It's just not something I prefer to do. I realize that when I think and give myself time to think about what I'm drawing, I just get better results. So for me, like, I can't rush. Like, I just really shouldn't do it. Every time I do it, like, it usually ends up quite badly.
Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime might perpetrate next? He's a very clever arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim. Try to make him.
I think I subconsciously draw when studying because I'm not actively processing what I'm doing and absorbing. I think I subconsciously draw when I'm studying because I'm not actually, not good. You really have to process what you're doing. You have to, because that's where the gains are made. Like, when you're, thing is, like, like with any skill, this is the same thing. You almost want to tell your brain that hey, this thing I'm doing is important, right? And if you want to tell your brain something's important, like you need to give it that attention, and it kind of tells your brain to prioritize it. So yeah, it's really important to like really pay attention to what you're doing all the time, you know, and not like passive. To be fair, there is time to passively draw. I suppose there is time to do that. Like I think I draw passively sometimes. I mean, arguably some of this has been quite passive, but there's also time to. There's also got to be a time to really focus in on what you're doing. You know. What story is your brain working with right now in this drawing? Just joining now, catching up. Honestly, no story, man. Like just drawing. Funny enough, I'm not someone that really, like, some people are shocked to hear this, but I'm not interested in, like, well, maybe one day, but I've never been super interested in like making a comic or like telling a story per se. I just like to draw, and I just love drawing. That's it. So it's not like I have a specific story in my head or anything. I have themes in my head, like right now I was been drawing guns because I was thinking about like cops and uniforms and stuff, and so a gun came to my mind, and then I was like, okay, let me draw somebody holding a gun. Yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my thinking on that. Actively process what I'm looking at instead of just drawing passively. Yes, exactly. One way you can do that is draw from memory. So like taking something and then trying to draw it from memory. It forces you to really pay attention to everything you've seen. All right. So like, let's see. Try and give an example. If I can find an example. I don't know, like so I might take something like this. And like study it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 bells. What do the bells look like? Well, they look like I guess they're like circular at the bottom, sort of, but squared, and then square. It's like a squared off circle with like it folds inwards. It's like sliced in an X shape, and then those empty pieces provide space to kind of fold this inwards. Interesting design now that I look at it, actually. And essentially what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to understand what I'm looking at and commit it to memory so that I can try and draw it from memory, right? But that process itself is making me take everything seriously. Like none of this is passive right now because I have to focus on what I'm trying to do, right? Okay, so now I'm going to take it away and I'm going to attempt to draw it from memory. Alright, so my memory was something like this. and then now I'm going to look at it again. How good was I at focusing on what I was doing? It was okay, but there's still some things I kind of messed up on. So like this is a bit more rounded. Should be a bit more rounded, right? And that's the process. Like you're just trying to draw things from memory is a really good way of focusing your attention, because you don't really have a choice. Like if you're gonna try and draw from memory, you don't have a choice but to focus, right? So just a casual drawer. I wouldn't say I'm a casual drawer. I draw a lot, but I like to draw. There are things I like to draw, so it's not like I guess what I was trying to say is like there's no like story per se oftentimes, because like I just like drawing like characters, cool scenarios, but like there's no like story. I guess now that I think about it, maybe there is a story sometimes, right? This person's holding a gun, that's a story there, right? So a girl holding a gun, why would she be doing that? Who knows? I guess you can make it up for yourself, but I guess I am subconsciously thinking of some story, like something interesting, right? So I guess to answer your question, maybe I am thinking about a story. Yeah, but it's not like the main thing that's in my head. I guess that's what I was thinking about. I just wanted to draw a cool character doing something cool and use some of the things I practiced. So this week I've been drawing hands and guns a lot, and I was like, let me just try doing that again now, because I've been doing that for the last week, so let me just try and do that now, right? Just a casual thanks man, I like it. I love the front axle peeking out on the Jeep. Oh yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I would go into detail on that, but too small to detail, put the detail in. Yeah, I have the eye line in mind. Yes, I do, but then also like it's intuition as well, right? So like let me show you something. I'm going to show you that even you know how to do this, okay? Like a lot of people ask me this question, but it's you have the intuition yourself, right? Because like let's say I draw this box, right? So let's say I draw that box, right? Then I draw you should I say should you should notice that this is wrong, slightly wrong. Or maybe I didn't give the best example, but this is like a bit. It is. You can kind of see. You can kind of like forgive it, but you should be able to see that this is wrong, because look how. Let me make it even more obvious. Actually, there we go. Look how much. See, look where these lines are going. This is heading towards a line. This is heading towards the horizon line, and that horizon line is somewhere like here, right? But this is never going to hit the same horizon line. So your eye should notice that, like if it, you should notice naturally that this is not going to be in the same space, and I think if in real life you would quickly notice when two boxes were on the same plane, because you would see this and be like, no, that's not quite right. Like if they were the same plane, then you would see less of the top of this. So what it should really look like is something like this, right? it can be said that these two are in the same plane because they roughly it feels like, at least, I'm seeing I'm not seeing too much of the top of this, whereas this just looks like it doesn't even make any sense. It just feels like it comes, and I guess drawing this makes this seem more obviously wrong. And if I draw that, oh, this one's actually wrong. But I hope that helps a little bit. I'm just trying to show you that there's intuition that you can use. Yes, there's a rule that, yes, all lines must go to the horizon line, right? And in this case, let's test it out. Does it go to the horizon line? The same horizon line? Yeah, roughly it does, right? Roughly, you know, for the most part, you know. And this one obviously does not. Like, look at that. That's horrendous, right? But the reason why these rules make sense is because in your day-to-day life, you notice these things anyway. You notice, your eye can tell you, like, wait, that object is not on the same plane as that object because it doesn't look quite right to me, right? We all know perspective intuitively. It's just about tapping into it. So, like, what I would do if I make a mistake like this, I'm gonna ask myself, what do I need to do to make this look more believable, right? And that's when I make the my battery just died. Oh no! Give me a second. Oh, battery's dead. Oh no. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. I just put in another dead battery. Give me a second. There we go. Not a dead battery. I just be wanting to have access to as much as I can, learn everything I can. Oh, no problem at all. No problem. Keep asking questions. Don't totally fine. When do you consider a beginner to get into stuff like rendering? A beginner shouldn't wait to learn things like rendering. I don't recommend waiting. Like, okay, so people might disagree with me with this, but I think it's good to just kind of like learn everything at the same time. For like, if it's too overwhelming, then don't do that. Don't learn everything at the same time. Don't do that. But like, if you can, then you should. Like, why not? Because the thing is, right, so like, all of the things you learn, they kind of affect each other. So when you learn to render, it's going to affect your line quality. Why is that going to happen? Well, when you learn to render, you're going to approach lines differently, right? Because you're going to be thinking about light, right? So like, think about this right here. If you look at this right here, the way I'm drawing, if you look at the way I'm drawing this right here, you'll notice that it's like I'm almost shading the terminal for like a cylinder. So like to make it more obvious, I'll actually draw it out for you. So here, look at this, right? That is basically the same as me doing this. Now obviously I'm drawing clothing creases, I'm drawing the creasing of clothing, but because I know how to render, I'm using my rendering knowledge to help me, my understanding of light to help me draw this, which makes it feel more three-dimensional, right? So it's not just lines that are making it, giving it form. I'm also describing the form using the creases, but I'm using my knowledge of rendering to do that, right? So that is equivalent to that. Hope that makes sense. No, learning everything at once is so overwhelming. Yeah, no. Okay, so I don't learn everything at once, but I'm not like waiting. I'm not like, I guess I don't stop myself from learning something if I find it interesting in the moment. I don't go, oh, I'm learning this right now, I'm not going to do this. I go ahead and just try it anyway, you know. And like there are a few things you can learn at the same time. You can learn line, perspective, all these things all at the same time. You can learn, I don't know, anatomy. You can learn perspective at the same time as anatomy. There's no reason why you can't do that, you know. But if you want to focus on one thing at a time, that's fine. But you know, if you get bored of something, you can always switch. If you get bored, and often that's what happens when you're learning one thing, it's good to like not hold yourself back from switching to another topic just for the time being, you know, so you don't lose your mind. Have you ever been mentored by anybody? No, I haven't. I haven't been mentored by anybody. I wish I did. It would have been nice to be mentored by someone. Now I mentor people. I wouldn't mind having a mentor even now though. It would be great. A lot of things to learn. You know. How do you approach drawing perspective on? How do you approach drawing perspective on a small paper? I usually draw small and find it hard. Don't draw small. So I don't try to draw small. If I'm forced to draw small like in a sketchbook, then I will. But I try not to draw small as much as I can. Like look at my hand. Like, this is the size of the drawing. It's like the size of my hand. This is big. This is an A3 piece of paper. I try not to draw small, but I mean, if I have to, I will. But I don't like to draw small. I personally don't like it. But if you have to draw small, I guess my advice would be, why did you find it hard to draw on small paper? What do you see happening? I'd be interested to know what you see that you're struggling, what you're actually struggling with when it comes to small paper. What do you find hard? the convergence and what, and it's easier in large paper. Why is it? And it's easier in large paper because why? Because you're saying that this is a struggle that comes around when you're using small paper, right? So if you are on large paper, why is it easier? I'm just curious to know why. Yeah, so the reason why I draw big is because is so that my lines, the proportion of my line to the drawing size is small. So I want the ratio between my line thickness and my drawing size to be like large. So I don't want it to be like the problem with drawing small is drawing small is the same as having a thick pen, right? So like let's say you draw this, right? Say you draw like in fact, actually, no, a better example is to just show it here. So like, let's say you drawing lines on here, right? If you draw this line on this paper, right? So if I draw a line like this on this paper, right? Suddenly, the thickness of this line, as a proportion, relative to the size of the paper, is quite large. So this is quite thick, right? And I don't personally like that. I want this is to me this is the equivalent of drawing on like maybe this size with a pen like this. So drawing very small. So you can see that line. What should I say? I just draw that. I shouldn't do it. I should do it one stroke to make my point. That line is the same as that to me on this paper because of the proportionality. And then also it's also to do with margin of error as well. Yeah. Oh wow, you just said it. Yeah, the margin of error. Yeah. I don't know if I explained that very well, but yeah, I just like to keep the ratio of my pen thickness to my page low. I like to keep it low. Yeah. Yeah, so again, even though this line is thin, let's say, let's actually just say that's the drawing, right? This is the drawing. The equivalent to me is this, right? Or maybe drawing small means that your line thickness is larger relative to the page. So drawing small, or not to the page, sorry, to the drawing itself, I guess. Yeah, to the drawing itself. Because I guess you could do that, put a line around that, and then put a line around this. Suddenly the thickness of this is quite large compared to the drawing itself. Yeah. So that's the reason I like to draw small. I don't within pen. I don't want to make it too thick, and then also, again, like I said, margin of error. It doesn't accentuate your errors as much when you make mistakes because you're drawing with a thin pen. Sorry, because you're drawing large, right? So let's say I'm going from here to here, and I make a mistake, right? I've got such a long distance to go, right? But if I'm drawing from here to here, any mistake I make is quite large compared to the rest of the drawing. Does that make sense? What inspired you to get... Oh, I don't know if you... What inspired you to get into drawing, and did you always draw? Yeah, I've always drawn. What inspired me? I was inspired by Kim Jong-gi many years ago, but that's what made me get a bit more serious, because it's very inspiring to see his work. But prior to that, I was always drawing like anime and stuff like that. Like even when I was like a kid, I wasn't very good, but I practiced a lot and got a little bit decent in my teens, but I still wasn't very good, so I had to like look up tutorials and stuff to get better. And but yeah, I've been drawing for a very long time. What inspired me, again, two things. One, seeing cool anime when I was a kid, that was one thing. And there was a kid that I knew in my school that could draw, and I really thought that was really cool, and we used to all draw together in school as well. And we kind of bonded over that. Like in my primary school, there were there was a bunch of us who we all kind of drew together all the time, and that was really fun. We used to draw Dragon Ball Z, the good old days. That's why I really like Akira Toriyama to this day. And then later on, I kind of came out of anime and didn't draw so much anime, and I saw artists like Kim Jong-gi in my early mid-teens, I'd say. I found about Kim Jong-gi when I was probably like, I'd say 15 or 14, 28 now. And yeah, finding Kim Jong-gi was crazy, because that was super. That like energized me with so much inspiration. To this day, I'm still inspired by him. You know, I'm a Kim Jong-gi glazer. I always say I'm a top Kim Jong-gi glazer, and I do not care what anybody says. Alright, so I guess that's the end of the stream. It's 2 a.m. now where I am, so I'm gonna do something else or get some sleep. But it was nice you guys hanging out with me, and I really appreciate you guys getting me to 10k. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Oh, we got one more question. I was also inspired by him, but I never took the hint to start getting into perspective until a month ago. That would have helped me 10 years ago. It happens. It happens. That's totally fine. We got all our lives, man. There's no rush. You know. I feel the same way. Jung-ji was a goat. He was the goat. Yeah, he really was. But yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for getting me to 10k. And I hope to make more videos. I know I always say this and then I take time, but it's honestly because of family stuff. But I am gonna get to it. You guys are gonna see me again soon, so stay tuned. I knew it. A lot of people were drawing DBZ, especially. Yes, I was drawing a lot of Dragon Ball Z as a kid. So much Dragon Ball Z. I loved it. But yeah, alright. I'll see you guys, and all the best. Take care. Till the next stream.